arguably the biggest thing to come out of CinemaCon was the Spider-Man No Way Home teaser trailer. And yes, it
It
was
finally came out.
that 2.5 minute trailer was the teaser trailer, which
It
broke
was.
the 24-hour trailer record in terms of the number of views on YouTube. I believe it
Hell
earned,
yeah.
it was
Fuck
like
you, Justin Bieber.
355 million views in its first 24 hours.
Yep.
It beat Infinity War, it beat Endgame, which the Russo brothers were very congratulatory of. I mean, that's really cool. The damn thing broke the internet for 24 hours.
It did.
It
It
really
broke
did.
the internet. It really did.
And it was pretty
and the
cool.
trailer was pretty dope. I gotta admit, they gave me enough to please myself. Wait,
Yeah.
pause. They gave me enough to feel. No, wait. How can I say this? They gave me enough
To
be
please
excited
yourself?
for. Pause. They gave me enough to feel excited for the movie, but not to spoil anything. You know what I mean?
I thought that
And
too. I was really worried that we weren't going to get anything. That it was like we'd get like a 45-second thing about Peter trying to clear his name. I was very pleased that we saw Alfred Molina and that we heard Willem Dafoe and that we had the tease of all the villains. And that even the fact that Doctor Strange literally said the word multiverse. Like, I think it was a really, really well put together trailer. And I know I was disappointed that we didn't see Toby and Andrew, but like, it's gonna happen. I mean, if it wasn't so, I would be disappointed if we didn't know what we know. But the fact that, as Alfred Molina said, Toby and Andrew are literally the worst kept secret in Hollywood right now. Like it doesn't really bother me. I think it was a good trailer.
yeah,
We have a reaction to that. By
I'm
the
sure
way,
they did.
we have a live trailer reaction to that on our channel.
We
so
do.
Go watch it.
And I'm sure they did. The trailer augmentations. You know what I mean? Where like they,
Yeah.
same thing they did with like Infinity War, where it had everyone from Wakanda running. Which, by the way, I'm so upset about. But anyways, I'm sure they did that, and that whole highway scene. I'm sure that it's gonna have Toby or Andrew.
Yeah.
And yeah,
there's a lot of people that have speculated that Toby and Andrew are there and they're like CGI'd out of the shot.
Yeah, because that shot looks too spanned out for it to be focused on Peter or Tom Holland's Peter.
Well, and there's like little things of what was it? There was one where it's like the spacing is odd. It's like Tom is in the middle and then there's a ton of space next to him and then there's stuff around him. Like just little things like that. This episode originally was going to be a breakdown of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, but we talked about it so much and so many people have done breakdowns and there's so much stuff out there already. I was like, let's talk about CinemaCon. Like there's more broader things we could talk about than that. Now, Daniel Rickman, who is a trusted industry insider, he also goes by RPK. He's got a couple of Twitter accounts. He believes that the second Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, the full trailer, will debut either in October attached to Venom Let There Be Carnage or in November attached to Eternals. My guess is that it'll probably be attached to Venom because while it's technically split between Disney and Sony, I think Sony's handling most of the marketing stuff. So naturally they're going to attach it to their film. They're not going to attach it to, to Disney's movie because they're not going to let Disney get that. They're not going to let Disney get that egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sony is like that divorce. Sony and Marvel are like that divorced parents is like dealing with their kids.
Yeah.
And Sony like the one that does like the they do the bare minimum.
Right.
It's like that. If you guys have seen Scary Movie, I think it's like 2 or 3. I forget who they are, but like the mom opens the door and it's the ex-husband, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And the father is like, he comes up to him in like a big like proud manner. He says, "I'm here to pick up my kid." And he walks up to the baby, and he goes, it's all like a sentimental music. He picks up the baby. He says, and then puts them down, and then walks back to the mother and is like, "I'll be back next week to pick them up again." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I feel like that's exactly what Sony's doing. It's like doing the bare minimum of Spider-Man. Like I feel like they didn't really take any part in like making the movie, but in regards to like marketing, they want every control of it. I feel like that could be the
That is
case.
fair. Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
wonder how much they really had to do
I
with
feel like they really
with the
didn't do much
production. Like I wonder how they
because
did it. Like how did they, because it's still a Marvel Studios film.
it is.
Like it still has Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home like over top of it. So I don't know.
I feel like they would be petty and right like they didn't do anything for the movie to like make it, but I feel like they were petty enough to like write a check, say
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home, $25, and gave us some like, there you go. There you go. That's our contribution. We'll
Here's
do the
your
marketing, but there you go. There's our contribution.
here's your child support. If they're the two parents fighting.
That was alimony, guys. That was alimony.
That was the alimony.
Nope.
It's all so Daniel Rickman also took to Twitter, and there were a few people. There's been a lot about this multiverse stuff and where we're headed from insiders on not only Spider-Man No Way Home, but about Venom, about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And I'm going to read to you a direct quote from Daniel Rickman on Twitter, who said, "In Doctor Strange 2, Wanda will fight someone from the Foxverse."
You serious?
Not the Sonyverse, the Foxverse. So we're going back. We're going back to that.
We're going back to the
Marvel movies.
The other victim that Marvel took care of.
He also said he's not allowed to reveal who it is, but it could top this fight. And there was a GIF of when Iron Man and Star-Lord and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, when they're all fighting Thanos on Thanos' planet.
You're talking about the Thanos and Doctor Strange fight, which by the way it's definitely one of my favorite fight scenes.
Yeah.
Not because of choreography, just like a pure power. You know what I mean? Because my man literally took a black hole and turned it into butterflies.
Yeah.
Like the amount of power you have to do that, pretty dope.
Yeah. Honestly, that was the first time watching Infinity War where I was kind of like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm watching this. This is crazy. I feel like Clark Griswold, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
Crazy.
But
we went really far. We came a long way from Iron Man just shooting a rocket into a tank and it blowing up.
Yeah.
Come a long way.
So Wanda will fight someone from the Foxverse, and another insider page, Giant Freaking Robot, which we've talked about some of their scoops before, has scooped that Wanda will indeed fight Charles Xavier, played by James McAvoy, in Multiverse of Madness, and that this will be the dawn of mutants in the MCU.
I don't like that introduction.
I kind of don't like either. Now, originally, how do you let's rewind?
How do you help the continuity errors and the Foxverse? Because that alone is
a disaster.
It's
the X-Men movies are all over the freaking place.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I just don't get it. And that's not the way I would want the X-Men universe to be introduced. If I'm being completely honest,
I know.
It's just so cheap. It's kind of cheap if you think about it. It's like a cheap introduction. It's like, oh wow, the multiverse blew up. Now we can bring people in.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if I saw both of the newer the one with James McAvoy and what's her name, Jennifer
Lawrence.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. I think I saw the first one. What was that? Days of Futures Past?
No, the first one was X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past,
yeah,
Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix.
I don't even know which one I saw. I saw one of them, but I didn't even see the rest of them. So for people who didn't see all of the Fox X-Men movies and the old Fox Marvel movies, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, who the hell is that? Unless they flat out say it's Charles Xavier. But I don't know. I don't really
It
know.
just feels like a cheap introduction. The
I agree
X-Men
with
universe alone is a vast universe in and of itself.
I agree with
And
that.
it kind of cheapens it to just introduce them in that way.
And there's
If it makes
so much that you could do with mutants and with the X-Men and with those characters because there's
Yeah.
so many of them. So I don't know. If it originally, this is kind of where we were going with that, even though we backtracked a little bit. Daniel Rickman also said that originally Disney and Sony wanted Wanda to fight Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And
Bitch,
apparently she was supposed to annihilate him. Like erase him from reality. Like it was supposed to be like crazy. And I guess that would have been huge. I know. I don't really, even if they would have done that, I don't really like that either. Like that, it doesn't make sense. Plus, Wolverine versus Wanda, that's not really a good matchup that I like, anyways. Because I feel like Wanda would definitely win. Because if Wanda can warp reality, like I know Logan's pretty strong, but like he can't warp reality. Like,
no,
you know. So I don't know. If it's not Professor X, who would you want her to fight?
I feel like you can't even have it be like Michael Fassbender Magneto, because like that's like that alone would be cool, but it's just because Magneto is the father of Wanda Maximoff, in the comics, but that's not established here,
right?
In that's the MCU. That's so like that fight wouldn't
here.
have any it wouldn't have any weight in and of itself. Even if you were to say that out loud, like at that moment, it still wouldn't matter.
Well, and we saw her and Pietro's parents. Like it's Magneto's not her dad in the MCU. Like he's not. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't really like that. I mean, again, these guys know their stuff, so it's probably true. But I could see it. I could see it
be. I could probably see it be like what's his name? Quicksilver again. I could see it be him, maybe. But if it's gonna be, like a Thanos and Doctor Strange level event fight, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
If Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is gonna introduce the X-Men universe like that, I don't know how I feel about it.
And I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know what to think about Multiverse of Madness because. On one hand, this whole multiverse thing is so cool, and it opens up so many different possibilities of what you can do. But at the same time, I feel like there's a limit, though. I feel like let me back up. There's not the Spider-Man thing is different. Everybody saw Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Everybody saw Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. Like Spider-Man is way bigger than the X-Men or Doctor Strange.
Well, it makes sense because we know, because the story of the Spider-Verse is already well established,
right? Plus the animated movie
and animated too, and just video games alone, like that storyline is already established enough to the point where like now that they are hinting the fact that Toby and Andrew would be coming back, that's awesome because that means we would actually get a first live action Spider-Verse, and that's what we would all love to see. The difference is with Multiverse of Madness, it's like I don't know, like it doesn't like we can us as an audience member will probably be able to like decipher to like figure out which is like a good introduction and which was just like it was just a giveaway,
right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I hope in the Multiverse of Madness they don't like do that. Like it's like, oh well, now that we have this multiverse, we could just bring them. No, you got to make sure it's written well, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kevin Feige is not the type to just make a cheap introduction. Like it has to be something, it has to make sense. So I'm sure they will. But the theories that people are throwing out, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It depends on. I guess it depends on how they do it. I wasn't really wild about the casting choices either for those movies, which people might disagree with, but like I kind of wasn't.
James and Michael there, I mean, they were pretty good characters.
They
Everyone
were
else,
good. Yes, they were good.
everyone else, I really didn't care for. That's the thing with the X-Men universe. There's a lot of characters in those movies that I just really didn't care for,
Right.
other than Magneto and Charles and Wolverine. Those were the three people I honestly cared about. I didn't really care about Jean.
What's her name?
I
She's married
honestly
to one
didn't
of the
care about
Jonas brothers
Mystique. Huh?
that played Dark Phoenix. They played Jean.
Oh, I don't know.
She was good.
I don't know.
I thought she was pretty good. I liked her. But I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, I was just kind of like, and you know, the Dark Phoenix movie looked pretty good. Like I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, oh, cool, they're doing the Dark Phoenix thing.
No,
it was kind of. I'm not gonna lie though. I know.
Hard when it was announced.
Excited.
Even when it was announced, when the poster came out, people were like, "Oh, this movie's gonna suck."
I was excited, but two things. We already had the MCU, and knowing that it wasn't going to be a part of the MCU, it was kind of like, okay, they're not going to do it right because they don't have the characters to do it right.
Yeah, and then
two, I didn't go see
Fox.
Yes, Disney bought. I mean, it was just like
by the time
we knew it wasn't going to go anywhere after that.
Yep.
So it was kind of like I don't even care anymore. Like it doesn't even interest me. So
yeah.
I didn't see it either. Which sucks because that's a cool storyline. Like there's so many cool storylines that you can do with the X-Men. And I hope that the MCU builds their own X-Men storyline and their own mutant storyline without relying on the Fox stuff. Like if you if you really want her to fight somebody, I don't know if I don't know. I don't even know. It has to be. I almost think it would have to be somebody that's already established in the like a different version of, like it couldn't be Ghost Rider because that wouldn't make any sense. It couldn't be Sue Storm because that wouldn't make any sense because we don't have a Sue Storm in the MCU yet. It's not like a variant of a certain character. You know what I mean? There is no MCU version of Charles Xavier. So if you how do I put it? There's no MCU version of Charles Xavier. So if she was going to fight James McAvoy's Charles Xavier, it wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like they're trying to jump the gun with that a little bit.
Deadpool? Sure. Why not? Just do Deadpool.
But that would even be better. And I'm sorry, but that would even be better than Charles Xavier because at least people know who Deadpool is. And Deadpool kind of rides the line of like, what universe is he in? Because he's kind of in his own... Even though, yes, he will be a part of the MCU. I don't know. But that'll be an interesting one. And of course, now there's rumors of Mephisto actually being in Multiverse of Madness. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think of what that movie's going to be.
Neither do I.
So,
I'm not going to lie.
We'll have to see. But speaking of the multiverse, Venom is confirmed to have... Venom Let There Be Carnage will be... somehow related to this whole multiversal thing. I don't know how, but I know a lot of people have scooped that Venom and Carnage will make their way into the MCU, which kind of tells us that Carnage probably won't die at the end. And I hope Carnage doesn't die, because that's something you and I have even complained about, is like Marvel kills their characters off. Like Ultron killed him off.
No, I think Ultron's still alive somewhere. Do
you think they could bring Ultron back?
You could definitely do it because, again,
I don't think they will.
Ultron, because like here's my theory about Ultron, because when in Infinity War, whenever they were trying to capture Vision for that Infinity Stone, Mark Ruffalo said, Bruce Banner pretty much said, he's like, you're not just the Infinity Stone. You are Vision. You are Tony. You are me. You are, and you're also Ultron. So that right there made me think, when he died in Infinity War and that big energy explosion happened and he died, Vision's capabilities of holding, I feel like Vision was low-key holding Ultron inside him. Because that was the last connection he had with Ultron, which was Vision. And Vision had some part of Ultron inside him. So whenever Vision died, Ultron was initially freed. And that, I feel like you can definitely introduce Ultron again. and actually have him be like a solid enemy. Which, by the way, I don't know what happened, but for some reason on YouTube on my app, it gave me like a recommendation video, and it was Avengers: Age of Ultron. And I gotta tell you, the trailer for Age of Ultron,
It slapped.
it slaps compared to the actual movie itself.
I liked Age of Ultron.
I liked it too.
Honestly, I almost like Age of Ultron better than the first one. Better than like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, despite Josh Whedon's, predicament, Age of Ultron was a pretty good movie. But
I forgot about that.
yeah. But you could immediately tell there was a shift in mood between the trailer itself and the movie.
Right.
Because Ultron in the trailer sounded so menacing, so dark. But then when the movie came out, it was
He was kind of funny.
yeah, it was kind of funny.
Like some of the
which is
stuff
cool.
he said was
Like,
kind of funny.
exactly. Which
It was
by
a
the way,
cynical, dark kind of funny, but it was still kind of funny.
still, yeah. Which, by the way, Kevin. No, it's not Kevin Spacey. It's what's his name? Who
Feige?
voices Ultron?
It definitely ain't Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, James Spader. That's the one. Raymond Reddington. Love James Spader, and he's just a solid actor, and his voice is just fucking immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to embody Ultron really well. So I wouldn't want him just to be in one movie. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It's the same reason why you wouldn't want it's the same reason why you don't want I didn't want Killmonger to die. Because Michael B. Jordan was fucking awesome as Killmonger. Like these awesome characters, and they were just killed off immediately. Like I think you could bring back Ultron in some aspect, probably in Armor Wars. I could see that.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
or
I could see
Ironheart.
that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or
That would be
Ironheart.
very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, exactly.
That'd be cool.